Hello and welcome to Misery Loves Mandy, where comedians talk about miserable moments and whether or not they made them into jokes. Today, I am joined by one of my best friends here in LA. She's been with me through the Groundlings 10 years ago.
Wow.
Time is flying. Macey Isaacs.
Hello, everybody.
We finished the episode, but we'll tell you what it was about.
Sure, we can sum it up.
Yeah, we talked about hamsters being buried alive.
It's the worst part.
We talked about...
My edible experience in Aspen.
Yep, that was a bad one.
Yep.
She tripped her balls off on edibles, like we all have done our first time doing that.
And we talked about allergies.
Yeah, she got her allergies tested, and I think the doctor's a bitch. So like and subscribe, share with a friend, and thank you so much for watching. Shouldn't do that.
Focus. Do not disturb. Yeah, I'm not going to sleep, so I'll do not disturb.
I've been really using the do not disturb focus thing more often.
Yeah.
At first I had guilt because I'm like, what if my mom, my family calls? I want to be able to answer. But the amount of progress I have made without even like having to worry, it's more that the worrying that it's going to ring.
And I like that it notifies. It's like an away message.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, she's busy. She'll BRB.
Can you make a custom one, like having sex or?
That's coming for sure. That's coming. There's no
no pun intended.
Exactly. I never pun intend. Never. Am I sitting okay?
Yeah. Your crotch will be out.
It will. Okay. So we're going.
Well, maybe a little in the wide. The chair leans forward. You feel that? I've been doing the arm thing. Put your arm up and come towards me. Lean towards me.
What about this?
That should be good.
But I have a spot on my pants right here. Can it see that? Probably not.
I don't think so.
I meant to tied to go that. I have no idea what it is. It's black jeans are tough.
Black jeans are very tough.
But these are the jeans that there's some stretch to them. So I've managed to still be able to get into them somehow. But they're so painful, but they're less painful than my other ones. So I end up wearing these jeans way more than I ever intended.
It happens. I have my favorites or my comfortable jeans.
That's more so what it is.
Yeah.
It's your comfort and what you can tolerate becomes your favorites. Because I have a pair of jeans that are ugly. They look bad on me. They do.
Yeah.
And I even tried them on in the store, and the ladies were like, maybe we should go with like a different cut.
No way.
Yeah. And I still bought them because I didn't have to size up. They were like baggy, so I could buy the number that I normally am, and that made me feel better about myself.
Nice. Yeah.
So I now wear these ugly jeans that I don't feel confident in just because I didn't have to size up.
That's about right.
Yeah. But no one sees what size it is.
No.
But
I've always wanted to make a joke about this. It doesn't work, but have you noticed that Levi's have the size on the men's on the outside?
So there's a Seinfeld episode where
Really?
Well, it's Jerry.
Oh, he lies about it.
He lies about it, and he actually scratches it on the label. Yeah, no, it's ridiculous that it's on the outside. But women's Levi's don't do that, just men's, right?
That's the joke or the concept. That's not ever going to be a joke. That's my observation.
It's a great observation.
It's weird that it's still on the outside of the guys.
Yeah. I think they don't expect them to go inside to find the size. Like, so if they're shopping, they're like, oh, these are my size. Like, they don't. Yeah. They think that little of them.
Damn.
Yeah. You notice how I just itched my nose?
Is it itchy? Allergies?
Yeah, it's not. It's also a bad habit, I guess. Because I've been noticing about myself that I itch my nose when I'm not necessarily itchy. But on this particular case, I think it's cold out, and I told you, and I have the dryness
Yeah.
from all the wind. That I think it's making me itchy, but I'm gonna really try not to itch my nose.
I started taking allergy medicine today.
Today, I started actually a few months ago.
I started a few months ago, but I keep thinking like
No,
I can't
you just want to
stop.
be just like me.
I actually did because my throat hurt.
Yeah.
And it ended up not being a cold. It was allergies. I didn't know you could get a sore throat from like the nasal drippage.
Yes.
And they put me on allergy medicine and nose spray. I think it's called nasal spray, but
yes.
we'll stick to nose.
I like nose spray.
Nose spray, and it felt better.
So you spraying every day too?
I'm squirting. No, I keep trying to think like I don't need anything, and I'll stop until the problem arises. So I'll go like a few weeks on everything, and then take a few weeks off, and
then you get bad again. I would suggest. So I'm just taking like a Zyrtec every day.
That's what I'm taking,
and I don't miss a day.
Smart.
I think that's the way to do it.
It is the way to do it, but I'm gonna keep. It's like they tell you, like when you're meditating and you're like, I don't need to meditate. My anxiety's gone.
Then you get the anxiety.
Then you don't realize it's from the meditating.
Right.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, every morning I take a Prozac and a Zyrtec just to keep anything at bay, and just
smart.
The wind, the dust, and the depression.
Yeah.
I actually, it's so early on, but can I talk to you more about my allergies?
I'd love that.
It's kind of a wiener.
Oh.
It's not. It's maybe my wiener, actually.
Let's get into some wieners.
Okay. Because that is what you like to do up top.
Yeah, it is. It's time for the weekly wiener. There
Weekly
we go.
wiener. All right. Well, before I get into my allergy weekly wiener, I have a couple wieners.
Oh, perfect.
So my daily wiener is today. So I still have the same nannying job that I've had for so many years that you've known me. I don't think I'll ever not work for. I think like even if I like it were on, had a late night. Well, we all know though that's not enough to quit your job. We now learn how there's really no way to quit your day job, but I even think, let's say I'm there, I'll still be like, do you need me to pick up anything from Rite Aid? Like, I think I'll still kind of always be doing that. But today I took the 16-year-old to urgent care because his finger hurt.
Okay.
He thinks he sprained it or broke it or something. And the nurse at school said that he broke it. I was not, I was like, he jammed it. Like, it's not that big of a deal is what I'm thinking. I take him to the urgent care in West Hollywood, not far from you. There's a really nice urgent care.
Is it the one on Cahuenga?
And Sunset.
Hollywood Walk-In Clinic?
No, this one's called something else. It's across from, and it's in that thing with CB2 and Trader Joe's, and it's across from the Laugh Factory.
I know that one because Matt used to live right there. The Trader,
It's really nice.
I've seen it.
Yeah. Went in there, no one was there. And
no one was working there?
Oh, so sorry. People were working there. No one was injured or afflicted with anything. So I was like, oh, easy, in and out.
Yeah.
Then I had to fill out paperwork. And it's very difficult to fill out paperwork, period, but especially for somebody that's not yourself. And then not even your child.
Son. Yeah.
I was like, what's your last Social Security? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, God dang it. So I'm like texting the mom and everything. And I fill it all out. I'm like, okay, let's finally come on. I got a podcast later to record. So let's get him through the door here. She goes, okay, now the mom is going to have to email us a thing that says she gives consent to you to bring him here. I'm like, well, we're already here, first of all.
Yeah.
And it's a sprained finger. It's not an abortion. Like, I don't understand why he needs consent. Like, I'm not allowed to just bring in. What if there were like a stranger on the street that was like, can you take me to urgent care? A minor, I guess. I know that's the issue. He's a minor, but I'm not allowed to take them.
And if you would have lied saying that you were the mom,
then I guess I'd be fine.
This is one thing that I've learned through life is I've always been honest.
Yeah, and it's always
a problem.
Yeah.
Like I'll even get like a phone call and they'll be like, when it's under someone else, and I'll just be like, oh, I'm doing this for this person. And they'll say, sorry. When it's a phone call, I could have just said I was that person.
Right. No, you're right.
But
and I never, because I've had to lie. Because another time I said the EMS or EMT was like, just say you're the sister.
Yeah.
And I've done that. And I'm like, oh, and then it works for other reasons. But this time I was like, not in the mood to lie. You know, I'm just like, just fix his finger.
Yeah.
So then I called his mom. She emails. And, we have to wait. And then I have to fill out this other thing about like, it's like all these yes and no questions. And I'm not really understanding. It's like, if the minor is married, I'm like, why would the minor be married? Is that allowed? And then I realize, it's not even it's telling me yes, no. It's telling me answers to these questions in case I had them. And I'm thinking it's a test. So I'm circling. And then I realize that I'm like, but there's no other options. So I'm like, I don't think I'm supposed to fill this out. I think this is just knowledge for me. And she's like, oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Shakes it. Anyway, it's sprained, whatever. But I just don't feel like I should have to have the consent of the parent to get him an x-ray.
You're paying. He's not, no surgery's going on.
Nothing's happening.
Nothing. If it was a surgery, 100%.
Right. Like this is small potatoes. You know what I mean? Like
that's so frustrating.
Yeah. So it could have been worse, but thankfully no one was there.
Yeah.
So sorry.
Happens all the time.
Was there. They were working there, obviously. But yes, so that was my daily wiener.
It's a good wiener.
My sort of like yearly wiener.
Ooh.
This happened in the last year. That's just really thrown me off.
Yeah.
Is I saw I saw an acupuncturist.
I've been to one.
Did you like it?
I think I did. My therapist had me go to one for my acne.
Okay.
Just a backstory that I only can afford it more than that.
Was she popping pimples? That was
nothing to do about. I think it was a holistic thing.
Yeah, it was.
I think I liked it. Oh yeah.
It wasn't good.
That's actually funny.
Oh, that's good.
I think I was just visualizing that actual moment too hard to get the joke.
Yeah. You were somewhere else.
I was there. I think I liked it. But I think I don't know if it was a placebo.
Sure. Yeah. And I love it. I don't care if it's a placebo. It's working.
Yeah.
But she was telling me that she was like, my energy's stuck a little bit.
Okay.
And that I had a lot of like puffiness in my face, and especially like here. And I'm like, yeah. And like, I was like, yeah. She was like, do you like feel really tired? I'm like, yeah, like of course, but everyone does. She was like, I think you should get your food allergies tested. I was like, okay. So I go to this guy, get my food allergies tested. So the nurse checks me in, and he's going to administer it. And it's the kind where they prick. It's the skin prick.
Yeah.
And I'd never gotten it done before. So I was like, is this going to hurt? And he was like, oh, no. I've done this like hundreds of times. It's fine.
Is it one prick, or they do a different prick for each food?
It's somehow they did about like 6 pricks, and it was a bunch of foods. I don't really know how it worked. Things bubbled up. Things didn't bubble up. They read it. I don't know. I also think I would love if there's a listener out there that could tell me the scientific. I've asked ChatGPT. I've Googled it. It's like, it is somewhat reputable, but I think it is still somewhat like, some people don't really believe it's real. But it's like, that was an allergist doctor I went to. He was real. And like, it feels pretty official.
Is it like a chiropractic thing where it's not a for sure doctor science thing? Well, if you ask anyone, they think they are for sure a doctor science, but so I think he is. I just think it's just not super specific. So you could get a lot of false positives is the issue. So anyway, I asked this nurse, I was like, is this going to hurt? He said, oh, no. And I go, well, have you had it done? He goes, God, no. I was like, what? He goes, I don't want to know. That'll like ruin my life. And I was like, what? The guy that works there?
Yeah, and I was like, oh my God. And at first I was like, oh, he's just not ready for the truth. I'm ready for truth. I want to be in my truth,
That's also why you're there.
That's why I'm there, is to get better.
Yes.
Like I want knowledge. And then they tell me, and I'm like, take it all away. I want to know nothing. erase this all from my memory. Oh my God. So it came out. So it's a scale of like 0 to, if you score 8, 9, 10, like you're dead. If you eat a peanut, if you're like an 8 on peanuts, it's going to be bad. So I scored, the very highest thing I scored was a 5 on Brazil nut. I've never had one in my life. And the doctor was like, yes, a lot of people, he was like, the Brazil nut is the nut that's left over in the mixed medley of nuts, because nobody wants them. That's how he spoke. And I was like, oh, okay. He was like, so that's not a bad one. I was like, no, that's fine. So he keeps pricking, and he goes, oh. And, so he pricks, and he's looking, and he's like, oh, we've got a 4 on avocado. And I was like, oh, avocado. And he's like, oh, and we have a 4 on raspberries. I was like, oh, like, I mean,
he's listing good foods.
Good for me foods, right?
I eat avocado and raspberries all the time.
I know. I would prefer a blueberry if I'm doing a preference, but I will eat a raspberry if it's coming at me. And so, and then he says, by the way, I'm face down, no top on.
He's giving you the news while
he's
you haven't
reading it while I'm down.
Not let's get dressed and then go over your.
Not yet.
What?
Yeah, because he's having to read it out to the nurse, and they're writing down these numbers.
Okay, it's still going on.
Yeah. So then he says 4 on coffee.
Oh no.
And he also had said pork. So he said avocado, pork, raspberries. I'm like, oh my God, like I'm like bacon, like, oh my. And then he said coffee. I jumped up, I grabbed his arm and I said, no. Like, what if it's decaf? He goes, it's still coffee. I go, drip versus espresso. He's like, it's still coffee. I was like, I don't. And I was so sad. And I had a coffee with me at that meeting at the doctor. So I went ahead and finished it because I thought that wouldn't be right. Those were, and then I went back and I found out grasses and things. It's weird to me though. It's like, I'm actually not allergic to dust. It just seems like everyone should be kind of allergic to dust.
I agree.
But I haven't known really what to do with this information because I started drinking a lot more tea. Mm-hmm. I haven't had a coffee because I would fall off the wax. Like I'd go off and then I'd have like a shot and then stop again. He said to cut everything out that's bad for me for 2 weeks, or bad for me, and then reintroduce it. That's the only way you know for sure if it's bad. I've yet to cut it all out, everything for 2 weeks to then reintroduce. I think I've now cut out coffee for 2 weeks. But coffee, what am I supposed to look for? Because it doesn't make anyone feel good. I also have cut out, I thought for 10 years I was bad with dairy. That's what I thought was bad for me, stomach wise. Turns out it was the 5 or 6 coffees I was having a day with the almond or oat milk was not the situation. So I've just been drinking milk now.
Really?
I'm a child. I drink milk and I put whole milk in my matcha lattes.
Damn.
I've just eaten cheese it's no problem because I apparently don't have any issues with it. But it's all because of this prick test. And when he said, yeah, that one's hard for a lot of people about coffee, that was really annoying. And then when we had our Zoom to go over everything, we hit the Brazil nut again. And I once again said, it's just weird. I've never had one. And he said, yeah, the Brazil nut is the nut that's left over in the mid. He just repeated
said it again?
So that's his go-to joke for the Brazil nut, which makes me wonder, there's maybe a lot of people out there. I mean, I'm assuming because it seems like he's done that more than just for me now.
For some reason, feel like from the guy's response that worked that said, oh, hell no.
Yeah.
I feel like this guy lists off the same 5 things for
everybody. That would be... I could sue for sure and maybe make some money if that was the case. Should I just stand outside the office and ask everyone, what are you allergic to? And
that would be a good idea. Also, I would see a second person. How expensive was this? It couldn't have been cheap.
Insurance covered all of it.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Find a second one.
Do it again. So I actually had him, because there was 3 rounds. There was 2 rounds of food and 1 round of environmentals. And on the third round, I was like, can you please just do coffee one more time just to see if it was a fluke? And he goes, just coffee. I go, just coffee. And he read the same. I just feel like some people I talk to are like, this is bullshit. And then I told my acupuncturist, she was like, cut it all out. Don't eat any of it. She's like, you'll feel so much better. And then I saw her and she said, I look better. But I think I was drinking, 4 to 5 cups of coffee a day. And I think that was really bad for me also. Like, I think it made anxiety worse. I think the roller coaster of like tired, awake, tired, awake, tired, awake. So I think I feel better not having that caffeine.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's actually because I'm not having that allergic reaction,
Wow. I feel like I have so much to say.
Please.
Okay. First thing. Okay. So the end of last year, I talked about it on the podcast. I was having probably 3 cups of coffee a day and 2 energy drinks a day.
Wow. Okay. That's, yeah.
And I decided the new year to drink more water and 1 coffee a day.
Okay.
I have never felt better.
Yeah.
I think we're dehydrating ourselves.
Yeah.
And I thought it was, I read like funny notes in my phone and I was like, everyone has always said, if you want more energy, drink more water. And I was like, how many other things has everyone said to do that I'm like, no, I think I'm going to have coffee and energy drinks.
Yeah. That's true.
So I'll drink. I talked about my new
Let's
water
see it.
bottle, my
The
hydro jug.
jug.
I'm obsessed with it. And I drink 1 of these a day.
Really?
And it's 4 water bottles in here.
Okay. And that's about the right amount?
Yeah. I mean, people say a gallon. This is enough for me. I was drinking no water a day.
So you went from nothing to that is a lot.
Water has given me so much energy.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
That is crazy. I think it would be amazing if I woke up and drank a cup of water.
I force myself now, my new habits for the new year. I have the Calm app. I'm obsessed with it. I've had it for years. I listen to, do you know Jay Shetty?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I will send you his info. He's, I don't know what his title would be. Philosopher, guru. He has something now. Chappelle introduced me to him.
Oh.
And then I started watching his stuff on Instagram. And then Calm added something called the Daily J.
Okay.
So just 10 minutes every morning, the first thing I do is listen to the Daily J. He gives you advice on life. And force myself to drink water.
While listening to the Daily J.
And then I earn my coffee.
Oh, okay.
But that coffee fucking hits, man. Like, it's like, when coffee hits?
I mean, I'm sure after this dry spell, it'll hit me like, no, I know what you mean. Because on the day after Thanksgiving, I had a coffee and it hit.
But it hits. Before, like, I was just getting nothing from them. But I would say I'm on week 2 of this. And the coffee hits have gotten smaller.
Okay.
So I think I have to take a week off of coffee.
You want it to hit more.
I love a crack out feeling. I would just crack me the fuck out. I write and I'm like, yeah, I could rule the world.
I have never done that. That's never happened. I feel like I still have not had that feeling of maybe. I mean, I feel like maybe I'm chasing. I do now that coffee's out of my life. I don't really know who I am. Like, I feel like I was just chasing the next coffee around LA every second. I was definitely addicted, but I feel like it was almost more of an emotional addiction. Like, I just liked, like, even now, like, I just like holding this.
This is my emotional support water bottle.
I don't know if it might be too big for the plane.
Don't worry, I brought one. I already brought it on the plane. I chugged the whole thing.
Does it fit under the?
I had to pay to bring it on. But I think that is a huge thing with coffee. Matt started drinking decaf because of his anxiety.
Yeah.
The coffee was freaking him the fuck out. So he now is giving himself coffee on Saturday and decaf the rest of the week.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
You're not alone in this.
Wow. I mean, and I feel like coffee is so much, and you can just like, this is decaf tea, some sort of fun. So it's like you can still have fun drinking other things. And I love iced tea, but there's just something so comforting about coffee. And I just wonder, like, what would you do if you'd gone to this man?
Fuck that guy.
Really?
I hate him. I hate him. I would go to another place.
Okay.
Because he listed healthy stuff, and I've like obsessed with Audible. The amount of health books I've listened to that just say, allergies are one thing, but stay away from dairy and eat less meat. Pretty much Mediterranean diet.
Yes.
That's the best diet. Some wine, some meat, lots of veggies, no dairy. Or they have some cheese.
Yeah.
Moderation.
Yeah.
But like, I don't like that he listed off like all of those really good, those are really good for you foods.
Yeah.
And if you had the allergy, I feel like you would know.
Well, and that's the thing too, is a 4, even worth cutting it out?
No.
Is everyone sort of something?
Yes.
Yeah, like to something. And also they say your food allergies can change like every 5 years. So it's like, okay, well, am I really going to make a lifestyle change if in 5 years I'm going to be fine?
Also, what year are you on? You could be on year 5 right now.
I could be on year 5 right now. You're so right. Yeah, it's maybe all.
I think just drink less coffee because of what I just said.
Yeah.
And drink more water.
Drink more water, less
Limit
coffee.
it. But I wouldn't cut it. I wouldn't change your life over what this guy said, especially not with a second doctor's opinion.
Yeah. I will say what this doctor did say, though, is to do the elimination and reintroduce stuff, which I haven't done that. So that's maybe what I actually should do, because now I'm just eliminated it and it makes me really sad. And then I'll have one because I'm sad, or I'll pop a raspberry because I'm like, I want to live a little. And I walk around and I see people smoking cigarettes.
I know.
And vaping, and I'm like, and I can't have a raspberry. And it's like, I don't know. And what would cigarettes be for me? He didn't test that. What if I'm not allergic to cigarettes? I should start smoking then.
That's why I don't like this.
Yeah.
I don't like it at all.
Yeah. Okay. I like that you don't like it. That makes me feel better. A lot of people feel like you do. But it's hard to, I'm trying to be, I want to feel good.
We all want to feel good. I think water. I am feeling so much better drinking water.
Yeah. In that way, it'll flush out if I am allergic, right?
Just piss it out. See if I can make it through this episode without peeing.
How has that been going?
Well, the water's not
worse
helping.
Now. Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, surprisingly, it feels the same.
Oh, interesting. Because you were drinking other things, right?
The energy
diuretics
drinks.
was making it worse.
Only diuretics,
Yeah.
I think I was drinking. So it is not actually worse.
Do you ever put a little lemon in it or anything? Because that can be a game changer.
I used to drink a cup of lemon water every morning. I feel like it felt weird on my teeth.
Oh, yeah. It can be hard on enamel.
So I decided.
All right. Fair enough.
Also the seeds.
I hate those little buggers.
But I want to hear more about the acupuncturist because I did feel good. I was upset I couldn't afford more.
Yeah.
That's where my bitterness comes from.
Fair.
But it was a cool experience, and the lady was good. It was across from Lyric Hyperion.
Okay.
So cool area.
Yeah, very cool. She must know what she's doing.
I think so.
Yeah.
It's a hipster area, if you guys don't know where this is. Silver Lake, cool hats.
Yeah. Cool facial hair.
Yeah, a lot of cool facial hair. Girls with cool haircuts. You know what? We talked about this last episode about our hair. We have the same hair. About how it's boring.
Mm-hmm.
You notice all the trendy girls now have our hair color?
Really?
Yep.
Seriously?
All of them.
Well, yours, I was going to say your hair looks really nice. What did you,
I just got a trim.
You just got it trimmed?
Fresh trim.
But it's naturally that straight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I guess it's so just basic brown is in?
It's in.
Okay.
So now I'm like.
You want to change it?
Now I'm like, I was jealous that they changed theirs, but now I want them to change it back so that we could stand out more.
I didn't realize how little of, I didn't realize how much of the majority brown and dark hair is. I kind of thought it was I read a percentage of it, it's only I might have to look this up right now because what's the percentage you think blonde? How many blondes are there basically?
Well,
in
if
the
you
world?
minorities, there's not many blondes.
Correct.
So that takes out maybe some Germans and some whites. Some Swedes are blonde. A Swede's okay to say? I don't,
Yes, that one's fine.
Okay, that's good. I would say the percentage, and we've thought this through, so I'm gonna shoot low. 20% blonde.
2% is it.
Is that why all the guys want to fuck them?
I mean, it makes more sense now. Doesn't that seem? And I know that's just because of who we're around and our, but like, it's just a really low percentage. Like, oh wow, it is very rare to be blonde.
That shows how many fake blondes there are, which
sure. I don't think it puts in account the fake ones.
No, the real, Which there aren't a lot of real blondes because real blondes have those. You don't see their eyebrows, no eyelashes, like a solid blonde.
A real,
looks a lot like a ginger. They have the same light skin and.
Well then,
the ginger.
Every time, What percentage do you think?
Well, if blondes are 1%,
2%,
gingers might be 0.10.
So this is 1 to 2% in the world population.
So just as many gingers as there are blondes.
Right. But that's what I'm telling. Okay. Term brown, natural blonde hair is significantly less common in adulthood. So this says around 5% now for blonde, but it sometimes turns to brown. So maybe 5% is like born blonde.
No, that makes sense because a lot of people who dye their hair blonde, like my best friend, like she had blonde hair. Yeah, we used to be blonde, and they look better blonde because that's what it still matches their face,
right?
And they want to keep it because.
So you were never blonde.
I used to think I was more dirty blonde, like from the sun. I'm sure your hair lightens.
It lightens, but I would have to go outside for that.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah,
it's not good for the skin.
No, it's not. My skin, my skin hurts.
Yeah,
right now it really does. Well, how about that for a wiener though?
It's a good wiener. It's a really good
big
wiener.
Bumming wiener.
Confusing wiener.
I don't know what to do with it.
I would shoo that wiener away.
Yeah.
I would be like, that number doesn't count.
Yeah.
Get rid of it.
Okay.
But I do want you to go to a second one just because
I
really want
to
know.
Comparison. I know, but my insurance probably won't pay for it again. But I
Look
would
into it.
Yeah. Okay.
I need to know.
Maybe this is when the lying comes in handy. I say I'm someone else.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to just pee. I'm going to do it.
I'm going to be here. Yep.
All right, this is exciting. I have my first sent-in wiener.
Oh.
I want to do, I want you guys to interact. And so I've never actually ran out of wieners because it's really easy to find them. But I thought it'd be fun to have people send in their wieners. So.
Wow. So these people emailed you wieners.
Yeah, I've got some emailed wieners.
Is that it? Okay. I mean, are they dick pics at that point?
I did have some DMs from friends saying that this looks confusing.
Yeah.
Because I said send in your wieners.
Yeah, right.
I did put what the weekly wiener was, but that was the smaller print. But I'm going to just stick to it.
No, I think you wouldn't mind it either. Every now and then.
Yeah.
It'd be funny.
It would. All right. There's 2, but I think I should only do 1.
Okay.
Or should we just do both? Let's do both. Let's fly through them.
Let's do both.
Because I can't choose. So we got Dylan from Michigan. I've already read them. So this one is a girl, a little girl at Costco in the cart with the mom.
Okay.
Playing, like this is recent.
Hot off the press.
Off the press. Blasting Baby Shark on the kid's iPad all throughout Costco, and they were shopping at the same time. So they said it was like Baby Shark was following them.
He couldn't get away
all around Costco, and this is the funniest part. Costco low frequencies of human playing Baby Shark out loud. Low frequency of human.
Wait.
Like calling someone who would do that.
Yeah.
A low frequency of human.
That's really funny. I've never heard that before.
No, but it made me think of like Walmart people. Like, would that be low frequency?
Are they low?
Of human?
I was thinking low frequency was like us now that we're not drinking coffee.
Oh,
but that's a different frequency.
Different.
Okay. So, wow. Low free. That's really funny.
It is funny, right?
From, what's his name?
Dylan
from Michigan. Oh, and they just won the college football.
Oh, yeah. I saw last night.
Was that last night?
Yeah.
Wow.
They were playing the W team because I was like, it's an M and a W.
Washington.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So
what would you have done in this sitch? Would you have just tried to escape them?
I wouldn't be at Costco. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, Costco is now like going to Disneyland. It's
That's
like,
what I say all the time.
Really?
Yes.
It's like you have to plan so much for it. And if there were a fast pass, I would pay for it. Because I feel like it's because too, we're talking about in LA. I feel like Costco in LA is a whole other animal.
I don't know. I've been in Florida and it's pretty wild still.
Yeah. But don't you feel like it's easier though? Like there's more Costco's available. So it's not like the lines aren't as crazy and stuff. Or is it still pretty madness?
Just as bad or worse at the one in Florida.
God. Yeah. It's like, and there's one not far from my house in Marina Del Rey is where the Costco is. Mm. And I don't have a house. I don't know why I just called my apartment a house. But
I do that as well.
I didn't want to lie, so I'm gonna retract.
We got to work on the lies. Remember?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna try to lie more.
Yes.
And I can't do it. But if somebody like I really do want to answer this question honestly. Like if that kept happening to me, no matter where I went, Baby Shark was playing. I think I know what I could do. This is what I would do if like I were a different person. The person I wanted to be is I would like start dancing with the child and doing that.
Oh,
freaking them out.
Good angle.
To where they want to get away from me.
Yeah.
So now they're going down opposite aisles and I am because they don't want me to dance and play with the baby. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't do that in real life because I don't think I could commit to that. Because I also don't want to be put on a list of that. You know, that could hurt me one day. Mm-hmm. Of that, the dancing with baby list. So
the steep list.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like I want to avoid that, but I think that would be a good tactic.
Yeah. It's kind of like if a bad guy is coming at you, you out crazy them.
You out crazy them exactly like that. I think about that a lot, out crazying them. And I know pee on yourself, they say.
Mm-hmm. Easy.
Easy. Easy peasy. No pun intended again.
Oh,
yeah. How would you out crazy?
Maybe just sing along, which I think.
Oh yeah, just even to yourself, just sing.
No, like loud, just keep singing to them, and then go again, louder.
Oh, again.
Can you put that louder?
Yeah,
again, and then go like this.
Do the motions,
and then just don't leave the family's side. Act like you're part of the family.
I say, oh, is this what we're having for dinner tonight? Oh my gosh, I love these nuggets.
Yes.
Yep.
Because I thought since your music was out loud that we're all in this together.
You're right. This is all of our trip. This is our trip to Costco, clearly.
Because we can hear it.
Right. So now we're all together. I love that.
Yeah.
Wow. I think that's a great idea.
The sad part is none of us would ever do any of that.
I know. Larry could do it on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yes. Also, I forgot to say about Larry. Did you see the episode of him on Comedians in Cars?
Yes.
Did you see how Jerry was pissed that
he didn't have coffee?
Tea?
I think about that too throughout the last few months. Because I was like, Jerry would be pissed at me drinking tea if he's drinking coffee. And Larry David's like, I don't understand. I'm drinking something hot. It's a cup right in front of me. What's the difference? It's exactly what he says. Jerry's like, there's a big difference.
Yeah.
And I do feel that too. It's like, is it worth losing Jerry?
Definitely not.
I don't think so.
Not at all. The only person that could do that to him is Larry.
That's right.
And it still didn't even go
still,
well.
Jerry was not okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. That's so funny you thought of that because I thought of that too. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's...
And then, let's meet for coffee. Let's meet for coffee. Never really happens. But...
we text it.
Yeah, we text it.
We don't do it.
But meet for coffee. It's like, well, if we do meet for coffee, like I want to my word is my bond. Like I don't want to switcheroo and throw in a matcha and you're like, wait, what?
You have to get there before them to order and do a closed cup.
Also, I thought I was like, I'm going to save so much money though if I'm not drinking coffee. No, because matcha is even more
It's
expensive.
like $7 a cup.
Yes. And that's my replacement. And even like an herbal tea or even like any type of tea is still very expensive at coffee shops.
Same price.
And that's just hot water and they just
Yeah.
so it doesn't save you money. I guess the saving money would be you don't get anything.
Yeah, but you need the cup.
You have to have something.
You just bring your cup.
Yeah.
Wow.
You had another
Yeah, but I want to talk about my wiener.
Okay.
We'll save this next episode.
Sure.
Stock them up. I only have a couple. So mine, I don't know if it's nothing towards me personally. It's something I've heard about recently, and then they said it was on TikTok. I looked it up. It's everywhere on TikTok. I think this wiener is more about society not teaching us something.
Okay.
Because this is blowing my mind. I don't know if you saw online about hamsters.
No.
So it's viral, I guess, on TikTok. People have been burying their hamsters forever. Like I used to have hamsters, not knowing that they're hibernating.
No, stop. No, I can't. That can't be true.
Tons. I've looked it up. It's 100% true. I did the research. Tons of hamsters are being buried alive.
No, I can't live in this world. I'm not that world. This world. I can't. So, because I buried a guinea pig. Is a guinea pig different?
I don't know.
God, make a guinea pig.
You talk about this. I'll look it up.
Okay. Because I had a guinea pig named Oreo, which is very that's such a overused. But he actually
must have been brown.
Yes, exactly. He was green. It was black, white, black. So it was like I don't want to name him Oreo, but I kind of have to. And he was definitely buried because I put him in my Barbie car. And his head got stuck under the dashboard. And we're like, Oreo, come on. And he wouldn't come out. And then we pried him out.
Stuffed Oreo.
He was a stuffed Oreo. That's exactly right. Single stuffed. But yeah. And then he died. He had a heart attack or something from the trauma of getting his. And so we buried him the next day. And that better be what happened because that's what I've been telling myself.
Guinea pigs don't hibernate.
Thank God. Okay. But let's go back to the hamsters because you've buried hamsters.
I had so many hamsters buried.
And okay.
Let's see what it says. Oh no. Do you know if your hamster is hibernating? A hamster in a deep state of torpor will be limp and unresponsive to both touch and sound. You may find them curled up into a ball as they will be trying to keep warm as possible.
Oh,
when you touch them, they may feel cold to the touch. And then it says, if left alone, hamsters will often hibernate for 2 to 3 days.
Okay, I would hope you can tell that they're breathing. But I think if most people pick up a hamster and it's limp and cold, that's probably, they're like, it's done. Oh my God.
Isn't that crazy? So they're posting TikToks and saying how to tell if your hamster is hibernating.
It made me really sad. So I'm yawning. I think because I started getting watery and I was like, don't actually get watery. But then I was like, if you yawn, then it's okay.
Smart. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we went through probably 10 hamsters and our last one was mean and had red eyes.
Oh, so that one's fine.
That one we just killed. Yeah. That one we buried actually alive. But we had so many hamsters die on us that we ended up getting a pet rat.
Oh, those don't die.
It was a great pet.
Mandy.
But clearly there was a reason why they were all dying.
They weren't dying.
They weren't dead.
Oh my God. Have you told your mom and your brother? Have you?
Not yet. I just learned this.
Okay. Oh no. That's really, really, really terrible.
2 to 3 days? No one would leave an animal 2 to 3 days if you didn't know.
And I feel like with hamsters, I mean, if I had a hamster, I would probably take it to the vet, but I don't think most people would.
No.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's horrible.
So the wiener is the pet shops that aren't telling people buying the hamsters this information.
Right.
Maybe because they want more people to buy hamsters.
Oh my God. It's
Big hamster.
It is.
It's the hamster wheel, man.
This is the hamster wheel.
Yeah.
This is what we need to be worried about right now. This is huge. I mean, this is bigger than Pizzagate. This is real.
This is real life hamsters.
You've had hamsters. You've buried them alive.
I have killed hamsters.
Oh God.
Imagine them waking up after a great nap.
Yeah.
Feeling refreshed as fuck.
And then they're doing what they're supposed to do evolutionarily, and then they just have I don't want to.
They're just taped up in a Nike box.
That's with no holes either.
Actually, it was middle school. A Skechers box.
Right, a Skechers, but Heelys.
Even worse.
Maybe Heelys has more room though.
Heelys.
I don't know. Oh my God.
I don't even want to think about like how long they stay alive in the box.
I'm also really hoping that some people just put it straight into the ground and they could
bury out.
And like a shallow. Yeah, and they could just come. I saw this avalanche show once. Oh, anytime I see like shows about bad things happening to people, I always am like, yeah, I would be dead. Like there's no way I'd outsmart, or I feel like I wouldn't figure out that. Like this one guy was buried in an avalanche and he started crying and he realized his tears were going down. So he knew then that he could.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and I mean, I would hope I would realize that, but I just think if I'm in an avalanche, and I'm crying. I don't know if I'm going to notice what direction the tears are going.
No.
But I can imagine now, the hamsters, if their tears are going that way, they'll know to.
They're crying.
Probably.
Damn.
Or maybe they're like, I heard about this.
Yeah.
This is what happens to us.
Word got out.
Mm-hmm. They think we're dead, and now we're going to be.
They should make a Pixar movie about hamsters to let people learn.
I think they should, and I wouldn't actually put it past Pixar because they do love a tearjerker.
They love a tearjerker. This is why kids have anxiety. All of these sad kid movies.
Oh my God, I cannot believe this is like tragic. I can't believe that. I started feeding a squirrel that comes up to me, like I hand feed the squirrel. And I was out of town for Christmas and New Year's, so I was like, I hope she's okay.
Yeah.
Her name is Pumpkin.
Cute.
And because she would also, I had like a pumpkin on my doorstep, and she would take little handfuls of it. And I was like, what's she gonna do, this wild animal, while I'm gone? I can't wait for somebody to like comment that I shouldn't be doing this. And then like 2 days ago, there was a dead squirrel in the road, and I was like, God, that's not her. And I like actually ran in the middle of the road. I checked, there were no cars, and I looked, and it was very upsetting. But I was like, that's not her.
That's good.
And saw her today, but I also had a rat in my apartment last year, and treated that rat very differently. Would not have,
he invaded your home.
He invaded. This squirrel has not come in my home.
Knows boundaries.
Has not urinated on anything in my home.
The rat pissed on shit?
For sure. For sure.
Damn.
But he's gone now. Hopefully. But yeah, I don't know, because I have this relationship with the squirrel right now. I think the hamster's hitting harder.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry to bring this up.
No, it's okay. It's really, I'm glad you're getting the word out.
Spreading awareness. Because I think I have a lot of listeners who have hamsters.
So. Isn't that one of your sponsors, is Hamster Feeds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually my biggest sponsor. So when I saw this news, I thought, spread awareness.
Right.
Right now.
Like the feed.
Yeah. All right.
Promo
now we're
code
to
spread.
Spread them wide open. Oh, man. So that was that. That's my
That's
lean.
a really big one.
Yeah.
Thank you for showing.
Of course. I'm glad to brighten your day. So do you have, I'm losing my voice. Hold on. Let me get my hydro jug.
There you go. Promo code Mandy.
Okay. I really want to get a sponsor so I could have promo code Wiener
Oh, yeah.
one day.
I saw a new gynecologist.
Ooh.
And this is about a year ago now. But her name is Dr. Wiener.
Oh my God. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
What a cool name.
For a female gynecologist.
That's great.
I know. It's the best of both worlds.
Really is. I've talked about this a few times, but to let you know, I've had my first male gynos the last 2 times.
Yeah.
Wasn't planned.
Yeah.
I went into my doctor's office, and my normal doctor came in to do it.
Oh, like your GP?
Yeah, the one who sees my throat, then wanted to see my pussy. Luckily, he's gay. And
did he use the word pussy? Well, he said, "Okay, I just saw your throat. Now let me see your pussy."
He didn't say pussy,
okay.
but
he's
if
gay,
it wasn't a gay guy, I would have stopped.
And how do you know?
It's a gay doctor's office. They're all gay. They are.
They have to be. That's part of the. I love that.
I don't know any of them that are. There's like 4 of them. They're all gay.
They're all gay.
They're all
okay.
gay men.
All right.
They're all attractive. It's wonderful. Otherwise, I would have said no.
Yeah, back off.
But the first time was that, and then the most current time, my main doctor is on leave. So the other doctor, and I'm ready for it now. I know it's going to go on. We do full physical, then we do gyno. He goes, this isn't their main thing. They do it all. So
Sounds like they do it all.
They do it all. So he goes, all right, there's the clit.
No, he didn't.
No,
he didn't.
I couldn't believe it. I've never heard a guy say there's the clit.
Well, no, but that's not part of an exam, Mandy.
No, it's not. There's a girl in the room.
I know, but is he's learning anatomy? Is this what it sounds like? It sounds like
he was learning anatomy.
Yeah.
Backstory: the first guy wore a headlamp, and they also use clamps because they don't think they know it opens by itself for the small thing that goes in there.
Yeah, the clamps. That's kind of more normal, I think.
I don't need a clamp.
No, I know, but they do
hurts.
that. It really hurts. But I think I'm more so worried about him learning the anatomy from your. Is this like a school? Are you going to? These aren't doctors yet.
I think that they're new to being the gynos.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Yeah.
So they're doing step by step, like in their head.
And this is the clit.
And this is, and then before.
And this is where the pee-pee comes out.
Yeah.
And this is where the. Yeah.
And I said, thank God, I've always been confused about those holes.
Right.
The pee-pee, blood, poo. It's so many holes.
I know.
Have you learned your holes yet?
I don't remember when I learned, but I think I learned at a young age. Like, I remember thinking it was so funny that, like, my friend thought that women only had 2, and she was a girl, and we were, like, in 7th grade. And then I realized, that's a lot of people don't realize that, especially men, don't realize women have 3. We have 3
down there.
There's more to us, more holes than that. But so yeah, but I don't remember like that's Do you remember?
No, I just remember like someone making fun of someone for thinking it was wrong, and that's usually how I learned the embarrassment.
Right, you're like, that's what I think. Well, you don't say that. Obviously,
yeah, I know. You're like, loser.
Who would think that? Yeah. That's so embarrassing.
So that's how I learned.
Okay, yeah.
Don't remember when. But okay, stories.
Yes.
Do you have any that you feel free to share? Okay, I'm very excited.
Well, last time I did your podcast, I've only done it once before, right?
Yeah. And also, if you're new, I keep forgetting it's like the new year, new listeners. Now we get into embarrassing stories that you made into jokes or you didn't make into jokes.
This is one that I hinted at last episode, and you said you're going to have to come back.
Yes. We were in the kitchen. Oh, I can't wait.
So this is about the first time, my first experience with marijuana.
Ooh, that's always a fun one.
I never did anything. None of it. None of any sort of anti-anxiety I partook in was prescribed by my doctor in high school, middle school. Like I was always really scared of weed. And in 2017, I was in Colorado. I was with 3 of my best friends from college, and we were in Aspen, and it was just, at that time, it was, still is, I guess, legal there.
Yeah.
And it was just,
Oh yeah, because that was the first. Wasn't that Colorado
Yeah.
the first place?
so it was like very trendy, and they had these cool shops, and it didn't scare me as much because it was like, oh, I can, and like now going to the pouch, it's like, it's Goop. Like, I don't know. It just seemed like it's not scary anymore.
Does Goop have weed now?
No, but it seems like they do, because I mean, I've taken some of their chews, and it's like, it's not weed, but it might as well be. And yeah, it just seemed more holistic, right? And I'm with my 3 best friends, and what could happen? We walk into this fancy, it's Aspen, right? So it's like fancy weed place, and we're gonna do gummies, because that's what I'm thinking. I'm not a good smoker.
Yeah.
I tried to smoke when I traveled abroad, studied abroad in London in college. Tried to pick up smoking.
Like
Didn't
cigarettes?
take. Yeah, because everyone did it there, and I was never gonna really, but I tried it, and because I thought it was funny, and then I woke up with like the worst canker sore of my whole life.
No.
And so then I was like, was that related? Like, I barely smoked. So then I was like, well, I have to try it again to see if that's what it was. Also, was not properly smoking
Probably
it.
not. No inhale.
No.
Yeah.
I still don't. I don't inhale, period. So I don't know how to do that. Normally, naturally. So, it was, and then I just smoked it, and it wasn't canker sore. So I'm like, okay, no smoking for me. So always struggling to find a vice. And I decided, though, I'd rather do a gummy than smoke, because I didn't like smoking. We go, like, the pink lemonade. Oh, that looks fun. I like pink lemonade, and,
Yeah.
cute little bottle. And a couple of my friends. So I think there's 4 of us. 2 of them had done weed gummies before, and 2 of us had not. And when you tell anyone the beginning of the story, they're like, oh yeah, gummies are crazy. You shouldn't do edibles the first time you should smoke. Like, edibles are crazy, blah, blah, blah.
That's all I was thinking.
Exactly. It was a horrible, horrible idea. So also in a foreign place.
Yeah, you're not safe.
Foreign place of Aspen. But still, like, I'm not at home. Are you on vacation? Your tummy's weird. Everything's weird. So
Different, what is it? Like the
altitude. And the altitude really affects me.
Yeah, me too.
And so we take one, and I think we looked this up. It ended up, like, now we realize how much it was. Like, we really overdid it, because we took one. And I also asked this person working there, I was like, how much should I take? Like, is this low? Is this high? He was very not helpful. Oh. I was like, aren't you a pharmacist? And I realized they're not pharmacists.
They're kids that are getting paid minimum wage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we take one. I'm feeling, I can't even remember if it was gin or hearts that were playing. This is what's so funny. Like, I don't know if I was in Vail or Aspen, or we were playing gin or hearts, but I've now asked. I was for sure Aspen, and I think it was for sure hearts, but it's really fun. Like, I get a moment of, like, sort of the elation, right? And it's great. But then it quickly goes, and I start feeling sad. And I was like, I don't feel very good, guys. Like, I feel really sad. Like, do I take another one?
Double down.
So I took another one.
No.
and I know you can't overdose but I overdosed.
You got too high.
I was nuts. My poor friends so we went on a walk. I would not stop crying.
Oh no.
And we got to this, like, pond, and there were these ducks, and I remember thinking, like, I said this out loud. I was like, I died and passed away, and this is all that heaven is. I was, like, disappointed that that's all that heaven was.
Just ducks.
Too
many ducks in heaven.
And I was freaking out too, and it's weird because of the people I decided to call. It was, like, a very strange list, because I remember, like, thinking I was dying, but I didn't call my husband now, so I must not have been that concerned. So it's like I didn't call family. I asked one of my friends to call her boyfriend, because I felt like he knew about, like, how much we took, and he'd said on the phone, he was like, "Oh, that is kind of a lot." And I was like, "Oh my god!" No. And then I wanted to call one of my good friends from high school that I felt like also understood drugs, and I was and then another friend's like brother was a resident doctor. Like not
You're
even
making smart calls.
I'm making smart calls, but not like turbulence. This is my last calls.
Yeah.
So, but I remember thinking like, this is it for me. They're like now just having to take care of me because they're all kind of fine and they can't be high because I'm so miserable and, thinking I'm dying. And then we all go out to eat because for some reason, one of my friends, I don't know how Reese Witherspoon is involved with this story, but I remember it very clearly that this friend worked for an agency at the time. And I guess maybe this was a present from Reese or she didn't want the gift card or something. Anyway, we ended up at this restaurant using Reese Witherspoon's gift card. I couldn't eat a thing. I was so miserable and dying that I was like, I can't put anything.
Which is one of the most fun things about being high.
So I was very confused. And I remember thinking like, this is a serious drug and we must warn the children. I was like, this is awful. And I'm wearing sunglasses at night because I don't want anyone to see my red eyes. And we go back. And I was like scared I was going to jump off something. There was no
shit.
And I hear this music. I hear this song. And I was like, no way. I start hearing Born in the USA. And I'm walking around in the streets and I'm like, oh my God. I was like, it's Bruce Springsteen. So I run to the sound. Okay. And my friends are like, what is she doing? Like, they're nervous. Now I'm running away. And I'm like, he's here. Because it's like, he would maybe be in Aspen. and then I get there and it's just karaoke night.
Oh.
It was just someone being pretty good at karaoke.
Yeah, he tricked you.
He tricked me completely. But then I was so sad. And I did not sleep the whole night. I was so depressed, so sad. And I remember the next morning they all went on a hike and I'm like, yeah, you can take a hike. And they were like afraid to leave me and they brought me back breakfast and I tried to eat some breakfast. And then I went on they went earlier. They went to breakfast, brought me breakfast. And then I went on a different hike with them. And I remember being like, I'm still high. Like,
holy shit.
It was, so I could not, so now I finally tried them again. Because I was too scared this whole time since 2017. I'm like, I'm never touching anything. I'm never doing anything. I'm not doing anything. I tried an edible because now I feel like they're even more ever so everywhere. People understand more. My friends were like, we shouldn't have given that to you. Like, that was crazy.
It sucks that you asked the guy who if he just knew his job.
It's the vets or it's the pet stores not knowing that hamsters are sleeping.
Yeah.
It's like, we come to you for this information.
It's not even hard information.
No, it's not.
The simplest, just
also like, tell me to cut it in half. Like, there's so many things you could have told me. Or, if you start feeling bad, don't take another.
Yeah.
And I think that maybe scared me too, because I felt like none of us were really like pros.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, when I tried it again, it was with the same group of girls, but they have now, one of them, like a couple of them, like use them for sleep, and they just know more.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, I took a half, and it was absolutely fine. I didn't take another half. I didn't get depressed. Like, it was good. I slept great. I did it. I conquered the fear. I did it. And last time I did your show, I had not conquered the fear yet. So it was good that I hadn't told the story because I was still like, I'm never touching it. Like, I even said like, I'm never drinking again. Like, it was horrible. I would never. And that's the thing. It was so bad that I was like, I'm never going to even attempt to perhaps get to this state again.
Mm-hmm.
But because also now there are different, I know so little, combination, like sativa.
Hybrid. Yeah.
It's like, who knows what
different strains.
It's like, who knows what I took in Aspen that, now the one I took more recently that I had a fine reaction to was just the kind of calming one.
The indica.
So yeah, and I haven't talked about it I was really mortified too, because like I ruined the trip a little bit. You know what I mean?
It's not your fault.
I know, but like I hate to be that. I'm never that. I mean, I don't want to say I'm never that person. Someone's watching this like you are, but I don't think I am. Like I'm such a people pleaser that I don't want to ever bring anyone down. So but it was completely out of my control. And it was so dark and no one else was feeling dark. And I just, yeah. And I don't even know what I could have eaten at that nice restaurant. I didn't even eat anything.
It's such a bummer anytime you can think of every step and every missed opportunity because of that. But I can't believe you did it again with the same people. What was the times difference from the bad version
So the bad version was like the summer of 2017. And then the good one was, oh wow, it was last like 2023, summer of 2023. So
wow.
It took me 6 years.
And you never touched weed in between them.
It's too scary. I was so scared. And I know, and people were like, well, no, but to hit a joint. I'm like, I don't want it. Drugs are bad.
So wait, did your friends say, do you want to try this again? Or did you tell them I want to try this again?
Kind of a combination. We always talk about that night in Aspen. Like it's, I can't get away from it. And a couple of them were like, you gotta try it again. Like that was just really bad. You took too much. And blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And I'd be like, nope, I couldn't. And then finally, I don't know what came over me, but I was like, I'm ready to do this again. Let's try it.
Yeah.
And we were at a hotel that I'd been to before, and it's only like hour and a half away from here. So it was like, I felt just safer.
You could get home if you needed to.
Exactly.
That's good.
And I kept asking, please take me to the emergency room. I kept telling them, take me to the emergency room. I'm dying. And they're like, you're not dying. Like, we won't take you. And I'm like, they're going to really regret that when I'm dead. And I was like, call the ambulance. Like I felt like I needed an authority to be like, you're okay. Mm-hmm. Have you ever done anything like that? Taken too much?
Yeah, I'm not one to do drugs. Mm-hmm. I think weed is the only thing I've ever tried, like an alcoholic drink. Yeah. But I have gotten high, too high many times.
And what does that look like for you?
Hell.
Yeah.
You can't walk. You can't talk. It just feels, it's like you're making yourself disabled.
Yeah.
Which then you're not stuck there, not moving, and you go, I just made myself disabled.
Yeah.
Like I can't move.
I hate that feeling
immobile.
of slow.
Is that the word I'm looking for? Not disabled, immobile.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, it still works the way you said it. But no, I think the slowing down was really scary because it was like everything. I don't like feeling behind. Mm-hmm. It was kind of like everyone understands the math equation and I don't, which I remember feeling. So it's like, why would I do this to myself on purpose?
Yeah, no. See, my thought also is I'm already insecure about my laugh.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right.
It's really loud. My whole body goes into it. I let loose with my laugh. When I'm high and I laugh, I am just judging my laugh. I feel like I sound crazy. Like I can just go like this. And in my head, I was like,
oh, that's a good maniacal laugh.
Thank you. Yeah. And that's what I'm like. And then I'm like, did they hear that laugh?
Right.
So if I ever smoke, which I keep trying, sometimes I like it. I like I have 1 million vape pens from weed shows.
Oh, yeah.
I just get paid in weed and don't smoke.
I just give them to other people.
Yeah. But I'm like, I take it. This is my money.
Right.
So I think I just like to take baby hits. And when you smoke it goes away. You hits quick and goes away quick. Yeah. I don't trust the edible. I can't do the edible because I don't want to wait for it to hit me. And I don't want it to stay with me. So when you smoke it, it's kind of like drinking a beer. You can either keep drinking beer or you can not.
Right. Go at your own pace.
Yeah. But edibles is not something like my best friend made us brownies in high school.
Scary.
Like homemade weed brownies, high schoolers. And I was, both times she's done it, out. We're just stupid. They even said, I just rewatched after did you see the Cat Williams YouTube?
I haven't watched it yet.
I watched all the clips. I didn't watch like the 2 hour. But after watching that, then I watched his special where he comes out with the furry white coat. I don't remember the name of it. He's wearing green, I think. And he does a whole joke about how weed is too strong these days.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, if weed is too strong for Cat Williams,
then yeah.
how
Right.
is Macey and Mandy gonna
How
smoke?
are they can't.
They can't smoke.
That's yeah. We're out of the game. We were never in the game, but yeah. You're so right.
Cat Williams is too high.
Ooh. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That does make me think of what else you wanted to talk about. I know that we don't,
yes.
we're kind of coming to the end, but if we wanted to touch on it.
Let's end on this. So did you
I
hear about it
listened
before?
No.
Okay. Matt, I didn't hear about it. Matt showed it to me.
I listened to probably like 20-ish minutes of it.
That's enough to hear how amazing it is.
Yep.
So the most terrifying, exciting, just because it was cool to see, but mostly terrifying thing I have seen with it definitely wasn't Chat GPT.
No, but it was AI.
With the Chat GPT on steroids. They took all of George Carlin's sets he's ever done. If you don't know, Dead, iconic stand-up of all time, had an AI listen to all of his sets. Then the AI wrote a stand-up special as if he was a dead comic
coming back
to life, or knowing he's dead.
Yeah,
or
that's true. I guess that didn't matter.
Or it was like, I was dead during this. So talking as if he knew he was dead for all this time. A whole hour-long special.
About what he thinks, what his special will be today, about the world today.
And with his voice, it was able to copy his voice. It was the most perfectly written George Carlin set. His mannerisms, how he talks in like lists.
Yeah.
The topics he talked about, how modern it was. It was even talking about Taylor Swift.
Yes. It was talking about everything. It was amazing.
It was so cool.
It was really cool. It scared me at first. Well, because it's something too that's like, we're all scared about AI taking everyone's jobs. And then you think, well, the creative stuff, though, AI won't do. And then you see this and you're like, oh, but George Carlin had to exist for this to do George Carlin. Like it can't bring that out of nothing. But still, I mean, what if you were just like put together an hour set, use all these funny comedians, use their sets? I don't know. I mean, clearly I don't know how AI works, but it was just scary because it was actually really, the jokes it was good. Yeah,
and one thing Chat GPT can't do, it can't like curse. Chat GPT can't do anything that this did.
Yeah.
He was cursing.
Yeah.
His pauses were perfect.
Yep.
It was a flawless set.
Someone commented the only thing about this that wasn't realistic was the laugh track.
I even thought the laugh track wasn't even that bad.
It didn't bother me either.
Stand-ups now on Netflix all have laugh tracks. What's the difference?
Right.
It was, I enjoyed the special.
I did too. I was like, this is really interesting what he had. And I'm like, oh my God, this isn't him.
I know.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, what do you think? Like, you think, okay, you do comedy the rest of your life and an AI generates an hour of your stand-up. That's pretty cool.
Am I dead or alive?
You're dead. So think of yourself dead. And what do you think about that?
I think that's cool.
I think it's cool, right?
Because they did it justice. George Carlin would have done that. It was a great special.
Yeah.
I sent it to my friends and I was like, this is the best special of 2024.
Yeah.
Although I love Dave Chappelle's new special so much.
I haven't seen it yet.
So good.
Really?
I was dying laughing. My favorite one of him in years.
Because seems like he just did one too, like a year ago, right?
This was the best one.
Wow. Okay.
It's called Dreamer. But second, also tied for first place, is Dead George Carlin. Yeah, so it makes me think like, I thought as a stand-up we're safe. Now I don't think we're safe.
Yeah.
Because you can say like, what's the closest styles? Like, I think Amy Schumer, Nikki Glaser would be the closest to me. So what if I said, make me a set off of Nikki Glaser and Amy Schumer?
Because it was still original ideas.
All original ideas. They just took their joke structure and mannerisms. So I want to know which AI did this.
It makes me wonder if a human did do some of it.
But then I'm like, he should be on it. He should be a writer on SNL. Give this guy a job.
But I didn't laugh.
Well, George Carlin's jokes
I
are
know.
different.
They are different. And I guess my point to that, though, was that, like, it was very well written, but it was also written. I wonder if because it wasn't, I don't know. If that had actually been George Carlin, would I have laughed? I don't know.
You probably couldn't laugh because this is terrifying.
You're right.
I say cool and terrifying. I don't know the word for it.
Yeah, who knows? AI would know the word for it, but we don't know the word.
I use ChatGPT all the time.
I always forget about it. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I could have help.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll link it below. You have to watch it. Let me know what you guys think. It's a really good special.
Yeah.
But it does make me worry about our future.
Yeah, but then it's like, then no one's safe. Then really no one. Then we're just going to all, we'll do nothing.
It makes me feel like this is what we get, or me get, for being like the actors, the writers. When I'm like, we're fine.
Oh, I see. Yes.
When no one's safe.
No one is safe. No.
So,
no one's safe.
no. Would you fuck a robot? If
it
wasn't
was
cheating?
interested.
I wish I didn't talk over that. Let's do take 2. Would you fuck a robot?
If it was interested.
Nailed it. If ChatGPT is taking over the world, we get 2 takes. We can at least
fair.
get 2 takes.
That's really fair. Yeah. Are you going to keep both takes in?
Yes.
Okay.
But
yeah.
if I make a reel.
Okay. Should we try just take 3? Can we do one more
yeah.
time?
Would you? Oh, I should look up first. All right. Would you fuck a robot?
If it was interested. Okay.
Well,
I think that was the take.
That was the take. Third time's a charm.
That's right.
What would you like to plug, Macey?
Oh
my God, we didn't talk about KTLA.
That's okay. You want to? I can.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Real quick before the plugs. So I've talked about KTLA a lot.
Oh, because that's your
I
form
love
of
KTLA.
Yeah.
I actually am on a news pause right now, so no news at all. But when I do watch the news, I love KTLA. How fun is that?
That's great.
It's such a fun news channel.
And I didn't know anyone watched it until.
So I wake up, Matt's sleeping, I go get my coffee, do my normal routine of I turn on KTLA, then go to the coffee maker, which is...
And then you've listened to your Calm app. Have you done that yet?
Oh, this is before. That's a new habit.
Oh, okay.
The habit hasn't been made yet. Turn on the TV, go to get my coffee. No water is also being drank that day.
No.
And I turn on the TV and it goes, oh, we're doing a comedy thing. And
you're like, oh, geez.
And I'm like, oh, yeah. Oh, God. And then commercial. And then next, let's bring our first comic, Macey Isaacs. I am... Oh, that's just, you don't go by Chad's last name.
No. It's Isaacs is my stage name. Yeah.
My friend Grace was like, you keep saying my maiden name. And I'm like, that's what I know you as.
Yeah, right.
And it's Macy's on TV. I was freaking out. I was taking pictures. I was so excited. And that was cool.
Yeah.
Then you post something on social media and some guy talks shit. Then I talk shit to him.
Oh, man, you went after him.
And then he went back at me, and I got scared because then I realized it's KTLA, he lives in LA.
And we all live in LA, and you're constantly posting where you are at all times in LA.
So I got scared. I really got scared.
I'm glad. I mean, it's gone now. It's completely wiped.
We blocked him, and we deleted it. And
I wish I had because I had only screenshot what he said. I didn't screenshot you going after him, but it was so funny because what he said to me was he just wanted a random photo of me.
Yeah.
Just saw you on KTLA. My initial response is, no one asked. My initial response is Stephen Wright wants his jokes back, and you need to pick a less frumpy sweater to wear, or something like that. Mm-hmm. And then you just went after him, and it was just amazing. It was so funny. But then he got really scary, and then it was just all very scary.
Yeah.
But I really appreciate you standing up for me.
Of course.
Yeah.
I don't write back to my people. So I figured I should write back to yours.
Yeah. No, I like that idea. You can just take on other people's don't take on your own trolls.
No.
friends of friend. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's a better idea.
Let's partner in our trolls.
Exactly. Yeah.
But make sure they don't live in your city for sure.
Yeah. But that is really scary that we're always posting where we're going to be. I've thought about that.
Yeah.
Like, it is really weird.
Yeah. My mom had a good call of like, when I first had some videos go well, the mean comments, I would always comment nice stuff, and then they would write back nice stuff. And she goes, be careful, because those can become stalkers.
Yeah.
Don't be too nice to them.
Yeah. I actually try not to. But then if you don't comment on, it's so annoying because I feel like you're supposed, like, for the algorithm and stuff.
You need to comment back.
You have to and like, even someone was giving me advice. It was like, no, you need to comment and you do things because it makes people feel like you need to be involved.
Yeah.
In people's lives, sort of, or whatever. But I really try not to, if there's anything bad, I don't really.
Yeah. I stopped looking at them.
Yeah. And it hides. It's funny though. Sometimes it hides stuff from me.
Yeah. I set it up to the keywords.
But then I unhide it to see, and it's like really nice. Like, thanks for hiding that one. Appreciate that.
Oh, that's messed up.
I know. Maybe someone went in and put nice things.
Yeah.
And that's what hides. It hides.
Because they're like, you need to stay a comedian brain. You need to not feel good about yourself.
Exactly. Be humble.
Be humble. Okay. Well. Oh, Macey got second.
Maybe third. We don't know. It was top 3.
Yeah.
And we know who got first.
Yeah.
But we don't know. So could be second. Could be third.
She got second.
Thank you.
All right. Well, anything you'd like to plug?
I don't know when this is coming out. But
next week.
That's a little soon.
Anything in the future is fine.
I mean, I am starting a new podcast.
Finally.
Yes.
Yay.
So that will be launching this year.
Great.
So people can look out for that.
Exciting. So just follow her on Instagram.
Please.
All the links will be below. Hey, another thing we didn't talk about.
Yeah.
We're in the 20,000s club together.
What does that
We
mean?
both have 20,000 follower club in the 20,000s followers.
Oh, is that a wow?
Well, I made up the club. But our followers grew
That's
from
great.
Like, we both were at 5,000ish for 7 to forever.
You had more, I think, for a while than I had.
Maybe but it's the same.
I see what you're saying.
Of followers.
Yeah.
And now we're in the other class.
Yeah, we're in that
together.
new club.
Feels good.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel different, but I feel like my hard work paid off more. I feel that's the only difference.
Yeah. It feels like it's kind of crazy because it's like 20,000 people is like a lot of people. Like, that's a lot of people. But then you think about, like, I looked up last night, the Suki Waterhouse has 4 million. And I'm like, that is a lot of people.
It's a lot of people.
Like, it is one of those things that it'll never, there'll always be more.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does. It's like, that's a lot of people.
We're both, I looked before you came here to see, but I think we're both at like 26. I think we're at the exact same number, pretty much.
I'm sure it's the same exact people too.
I hope so.
That'll help this episode.
That will. Just no new followers. But yeah, it feels good. This 5,000 did not feel good because I feel like I worked so fucking hard for not to get anything.
Yeah. What do you think it was that got you more or got you?
We both just started posting stand-up clips.
Yeah.
And that was it.
That's all. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, not all. That's
we actually
hard.
had to put in the work. I mean, I tried comedy reels. Those didn't work.
Right. Do you feel like the podcast reels help more than stand-up?
All stand-up reels. Podcast reels are more fillers, but some are doing really well now.
Because I like seeing them.
I like
as a audience.
Yeah, I like watching them too. I like watching podcast clips more than stand-up
I
clips.
do too.
I can't watch stand-up clips.
I know.
I don't watch them.
I read them sometimes.
I'll read them sometimes. I can handle that.
Thank God they got those titles on there.
Thank
Yeah.
God.
Otherwise, we'd have to watch them, I guess.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't watch them. I think I keep saying your plug shit and keep remembering things, but I think that's all I can think of.
That's fantastic. You think that was about the right amount of time?
We went over.
Yee.
That's wonderful.
That's good, so you can cut out the bad stuff.
Oh, yeah, we can cut out the bad stuff.
Yeah.
Cut out the pee break.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for watching.
Thanks for having me, Mandy. And thanks for watching and listening. And
Yeah. Like and subscribe. Share with a friend. check out her new podcast. And bye.